Hey, what's up, YouTube world? It is your girl here, the Venusian Bull, and I am back for another Planets in the Houses series. And in this series, we are going to be discussing planets in the ninth house. Okay, so you know how we do, it. I am going to provide a little intro video for the ninth house and then attach it to all of the videos for the planets so that, we can get everything that needs to be said in these videos, okay? All right, so just a little background on the ninth house. Remember, the ninth house is akin to Sagittarius. So the energy of the ninth house is very joyful. It's very optimistic. It's all about adventure and learning and philosophy and religion and spirituality and traveling all over the place, darling. It's all about discovering different cultures, different people, different ethnicities, different ways of life. And it's just about being open-minded. Like the ninth house is literally like, you're an open book type of energy. It's very larger than life energy. It's very extra, read all about it type of energy. So, ninth house people are on 10 like 90% of the time. Like they can't help it. It's like adrenaline. It's like constant adrenaline. This is a house that's full of energy, and full of excitement and luck and expansion and abundance. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna keep this pretty cute, clean, and concise. All right. And also, as a disclaimer, I feel like I mentioned this in my videos, but y'all still seem to not be listening. Okay. When I discuss the planets and the houses, I'm discussing their general energies, like their purest energies. Obviously, this is going to be modified based on the sign that's on the house cusp. If you have other planets also in this house, or if these planets in the ninth house are aspecting other planets in your natal chart, it may modify this energy. So you may look at this video and be like, that sun in the ninth house, that sounds like nothing like me. And you got a nerve to have sun square Pluto. That's why it don't sound nothing like you. Okay, I just had to get a little mean for a second. This is a happy energy, positive energy, but I just had to say that because some of y'all be coming up in here and be like, I'm not this, I'm not that. Y'all, look at your whole chart, listen to all of the videos, because at some point you're going to have planets transiting the ninth house. So you actually want to pay attention to all of the videos, not just the one that's specific to you and your natal chart. And hey, if you want to get information, on other people, family members, significant others, friends, coworkers, and they happen to have a planet in the ninth house, you may want to listen to that as well. All right. So keep it, well-rounded and, helps me boost up those views. All right. All right. So stay tuned for a very wild, adventurous ride for the planets in the ninth house. All right. Let's go. All right, so welcome back, you guys. And in this video, I am going to be discussing Uranus in the ninth house, okay? If you see that the screen is a little bit more vibrant, it's a little bit more HD 4K, it is because I got this new phone, this iPhone 12 Pro, and I'm just looking at it. I don't even need a light. This is all natural light. And so, yeah, so I'm kind of feeling this. So anyway, Uranus in the ninth house. Okay, so Uranus in the ninth is similar to having Uranus in Sagittarius, which is generational, okay, or having Aquarius on the ninth house cusp, okay? All right, so something that I really haven't mentioned this entire time when talking about the ninth house, but I really should have, but I feel like it's more poignant to mention it in this particular video because Uranus also means this, and Uranus deals with telling the truth, being a truth teller. You know what I'm saying? So when you have Uranus in the ninth house, like this is kind of, a dream placement, because it's like you can be this truth teller and this truth seeker all over the world, or, for all cultures or all religions or all spiritualities, because you're so, worldly and you're so, cultured that you are kind of always seeking this truth in wherever it is that you're traveling, whatever adventures you're getting involved in, the people that you're meeting, the languages that they're speaking, the technology, okay, that they're using. You could be somebody who, you travel to Japan or something like that because, you got Uranus in the ninth. So, you hella smart and shit like that, right? So you travel to Japan and you have this job to develop new software and technology. But of course, you're doing it internationally. So that's what brings it to the ninth house. And then you have Uranus there. You have the technology piece. You have the progressive piece. You have it, making things better and easier for other people, for people to manage, because that's, in my opinion, essentially what technology does. It's supposed to make things easier for people to do. So there's that. Also with Uranus in the ninth house, like you're kind of past just like, going cross country or going to different countries and stuff like that. You're like my philosophy lies out of this world. You know what I'm saying? So you might be like working for NASA. You might want to, fly to space on a rocket ship. You might actually end up doing that type of shit. Like, I'm like, for real. Like, this is like really, Uranus is kind of out of this world energy. And because the ninth house deals with long distance travel, you may really find yourself out of this world. You may be able to, travel space and stuff like that. Or, because that can be kind of far-fetched, but, nothing's really far-fetched in the ninth house because y'all are just so lucky. Y'all be getting, these opportunities just be coming. You be getting them. You may be like the curator for like a space museum, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep it more down to earth, you know what I'm saying? Which is not something that ninth house energy or Sag likes to do, but, just to kind of put it out there. Now, Uranus in the ninth house, it puts a very kind of technical, rebellious, aggressive, not aggressive, I'm sorry, more like technical, rebellious kind of, like this intellectual kind of vibe on the ninth house, especially when it comes to education, because not only does the ninth house energy think they know everything, but Uranus definitely believes that they know everything. I feel like Uranus in the ninth house is more apt to be like more on the spiritual side as opposed to religious, as I mentioned with a lot of the other placements, or at least more into metaphysical practices like astrology or tarot or numerology and things like that, because Uranus is all about the new, the next, the future and stuff like that. And the future for Uranus minded people isn't really about, conforming or being a part of organized religion and stuff like that. Y'all rebel against that like immediately. Like Uranus in the ninth, nah. No. Televangelists, no. Evangelical church, no. Baptist, Methodist, Catholic, like if that's what you grew up on, then you quickly rebelled against that. Even if it's just in your mind, you quickly rebelled against that at like 5. So I just want to keep that all the way above. But yes, your mind and your philosophies are so abstract, like they're just so out there. And ninth house energy is already, kind of looking at things on a more high level, like not really like detailed. And the thing about Uranus is that Uranus, because it's like the mathematician and the sciences, it is technical, but it's also very abstract. This is not the kind of energy that everybody's going to understand, everybody's going to get. Like you almost got to be an Einstein sometimes to be able to really understand what type energy, this Uranus in the ninth house is on. You could be talking to someone with Uranus in the ninth house and, they'd be like, do you understand what I'm saying? And at the end, you'd be like, huh? Like they're speaking English or speaking your native tongue, but you're just not getting it because it's all of these technical, things that they're talking about and using, this advanced vocabulary and just, crazy things. Like their idea of foreign languages is like, because ninth house represents foreign languages, is like different, technologies from like different countries and stuff like that. Like a Uranus in the ninth house person would probably be really fascinated with like Dubai and like the United Arab Emirates, because their structures of their architecture is so progressive. It's so forward thinking. Like if you're a Uranus in the ninth house person and you live in the United States, you are like, so like the United States is so far behind where we need to be with the rest of the developed world. Like y'all are so like, this is why I can't live here, because like literally the UAE is already in 2040 and y'all are still in 2021. Like, what are you doing? Like, actually, y'all are in 2005. You know what I'm saying? Uranus in the ninth house, it's like, it's always thinking forward. And that's kind of where their philosophical mind comes in. That's where their teaching and their intellectual mind comes in. It's about being progressive. It's about being forward thinking. Now, in terms of the rebellious aspect of Uranus in the ninth, the activism. Okay, so these are like world activists. You know what I'm saying? They're being activists for the hungry children in Africa. They're being activists for the women that are being sex trafficked in Asia and Southeast Asia. They're being, activists for, Black people across the diaspora. Like they are like all around, all encompassing, because it's all about the world. You know what I'm saying? Uranus is like the humanitarian type of thing. So if, especially with Uranus being in the ninth house, because the ninth house is very generous, very giving energy. And usually they're very, lucky to have received, the gifts that they have in their lifetime. They're very open to giving that back to their communities, to other communities, developing foundations for, children with autism, or kids in foster care. That's a big one. Adopted children, children who are malnourished, children who were born with AIDS, like the AIDS epidemic and stuff like that. I say children so much because it's very much like, I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. So Uranus is always thinking about the future, right? So we got to think about the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, we got to think about the kids, right? So that's very important. So yeah, like Uranus in the ninth house is all about being an activist and being a fighter for the people all over the world. You know what I'm saying? We are the world, we are the children. You know what I'm saying? And traveling to all of these different places, doing like different missions and stuff like that. Like this could literally be your job. Like you're in, Kenya for 4 months doing, research on, I don't know, or Ethiopia, or one of these African countries where, the kids are malnourished, the AIDS epidemic is popping off, or maybe if it's another, one of that, that virus that we have right now, or if it's another one that happens, globally or something like that. You're all up on that. You're trying to find the cures. You're trying to find the vaccines. Like this is a very scientific mindset, but it's all about globally. It's all about international. It's all about reaching people everywhere, all around the globe and stuff like that. Uranus in the ninth is not really like about like the fun, good time, like a lot of the other placements in the ninth house. Like they can be, don't get it twisted. They do have that, rebellious spirit. Like, and even with it being in the ninth house, Uranus, like that kind of puts, a double whammy on the freedom thing, because Uranus is very much about freedom and liberation. So it's kind of like that energy is like doubled. So like, don't tell Uranus in the ninth house what to do. Like they march to the beat of their own drum. Okay. All right. If they say that they are going to go to Thailand to do research for whatever, don't try to talk them out of it. It's not happening. They're going to Thailand to do research on whatever it is they're doing, and they're coming back with some type of master plan, master invention, just something amazing. You know what I'm saying? But just, always remember ninth house energy can breed a little bit of hot air. So they can talk a big game and they can talk a good game, but not really like be about it, So that's kind of like on the lower manifestation. But going back to kind of the point about the previous placements kind of being like more of the life of the party and kind of like traveling more for fun, Uranus is a little bit more specific in their approach to traveling. Like it's always for like the greater good of humanity. Like that is the reason why I'm traveling to El Salvador, so I can understand what's going on down there with the people, or to Costa Rica, like what is going on with this drug trade and stuff like that. Like it's always about, getting more information, being able to develop new technologies around the world, research, especially in these like third world countries. The Uranus in the ninth house energy really wants to, put more technology and more resources into these third world countries so that they can be, on par, with the rest of the developed world. At least that's kind of the way I see it. You know what I'm saying? So Uranus in the ninth, it's very interesting. And just like as a disposition, again, Uranus in Sagittarius is a generational placement. So, it's like the people who were born within 7 years of each other will have this same placement. But when you think about like the energy of Uranus and the energy of Sag, this could be like spontaneous combustion of just like the brain, or just like maybe literally, but figuratively speaking, just like of thoughts and ideas. And it could really be kind of erratic energy and kind of all over the place. Like it's not always a together energy. Like in the end, like I would say their end goal is purposeful, and it has a meaning, but sometimes to get there, they can be very much all over the place, very, very spontaneous, on a whim, very impulsive, and just very much going to the beat of their own drum. Like I said before, it's not about conforming. It's not about doing the norm. It's about expanding horizons, expanding philosophies, expanding ways of thinking, having a broader sense of what, technology is, about what it means to embrace, cultural differences, racial differences, different ethnicities, different countries and things like that. It's really about understanding that grasp. And Uranus in the ninth house feeds off of that, because they don't want everybody in their life to be the same. They don't even want to be the same person that they were yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So they really embrace the differences of the world, and the weirdness and the quirkiness and everything that encompasses that. They may want to go to different countries and find the LGBTQ community, because, Uranus does represent the LGBTQ community, and do activism work there, especially in countries where, LGBTQ people are really not accepted, and you really get, these harsh punishments if you, come out as trans or come out as gay or lesbian or what have you. So a lot of activist work would go into that as well. So yes, I just wanted to put all of that out there. I actually did not expect this video to be that long, but I just realized as I started talking, like I actually had a lot to say about Uranus in the ninth. So I'm low-key kind of proud of myself, because I was a little bit like, what am I going to say about this placement? But here I go, talking for almost 16 minutes. All right. So let me know if you have this placement in the comments. Let me know if this resonated with you. Let me know if there's anything that I forgot. Oh, I did forget something. Uranus represents friends. What about your friends? So you meeting mad friends when you're doing all of these travel adventures, research projects. This is where you meet your friends. This is where you meet your tribes. This is where you meet your communities while you're traveling, while you're researching these projects and things like that. So I just had to get it out there, because Uranus friends, duh. Okay. All right. So yes, let me know if this resonated with you. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend, share, get those likes up. And yeah, let me know what you thought about this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.